The ModernJeeper Show, the show about Jeeps, Jeeping, and Jeepers.
Well, hey, Modern Jeepers is another episode of the Modern Jeeper Show with me, Matson from MetalCloak, and Mr. Modern Jeeper Corey Osborne.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Rockstar Jeep Girl Jessy.
Hello.
Hi. Okay, so the big question of the day is, how's school going?
It's awesome.
She should be there right now.
Are you playing hooky?
She had to actually skip a class because of the podcast.
Yeah,
I'm like, you have
it's all
to
your
be
fault.
here. So,
I'm missing out on some
Wait. Well, hopefully they don't listen to the podcast. You can be in trouble. Get a truancy report from the teacher.
stuff.
So how is it? Tell us about it. What's it like? What you been doing?
It's good. I really did learn a lot of things that I didn't know. I mean, when I've practiced in the past or somebody has tried to quote unquote teach me, they set the machine up and go, here's a piece of metal, go after it. Okay. Well, that's great and all, but I don't know how to run the machine, any of the settings, nothing.
Right.
So that was really a lot of refresher on how to do all that stuff. And then basically I made lines all day. You didn't see my picture on Facebook, so
I didn't. But I'm curious, like, what machine are they using? Like, what's the equipment?
I'm doing MIG right now. I used a Miller. They have
all
Miller.
Are they all set with Miller?
Yeah.
Yeah, Miller's good. I think Miller's what we got around here.
Well, in the shop, they carry both Lincoln and Miller stuff. So
and some ESOB, very little.
Oh, they have a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
And ESOB's great. I mean, big shout out to those guys. I know they're really strong with Ian and met some of the guys from there years ago. Yes.
Of the day.
Yes.
Is who do we know that can help me get a line of women's welding attire?
You know, it's interesting.
That's the question.
There's not. So Jessy Combs had a few articles that Lincoln produced with her name, her branding on it, but it's very limited. Women's welding clothing, like leather shirts and things like that, they really just don't exist.
So basically, are you now? Let's go back. Are you talking a bunch of stuff that's just pink and purple, or are you talking that like actually fits you and forms the essential areas?
Small gloves for men are huge. Now we went back and I got some Jessy Combs Lincoln, and they fit awesome.
Oh wow!
I did order.
But you can't use those because they're signed by Jessy.
Yeah, and
are those actually signed by her, or that like?
Yeah,
it's her brand. So I was surprised.
Is that printed or is that actually signed?
It's printed on there.
Oh, okay. I thought those were like signed by. Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. So, women's things that fit.
Does
Lincoln
Electric? Does that like
benefit
her foundation or what?
No.
Oh,
it's just they still have a few products on Lincoln, not very many, but even trying to get her helmet is pretty much non-existent. So I'll just get one and probably have my friend Matt Spivogel paint mine. So
there you go. Well, that would be interesting too. Now, there's a few guys out there. Who is it? What's the name of the guys that do that? They kind of gotten big. They do the off-road clothing. They're a sponsor of KOH.
Off the
grid.
Off the grid. You got to reach out to those guys because they understand the manufacturing process. They use good materials too. They understand how to do stuff with the heavy gauge pants and all that.
That's a good idea. I think that our friend Mr. Martin Castro has a good line with him too.
Yeah. So. And there are more women welders than ever before, or at least going to school and try. And it's been, on our minds for months now. It's like, who do we contact? Who can we get to make a line specialty women welding products?
Because they're all wearing guys' shirts and guys' gloves, but even the gloves that they gave her to use at welding school, you can fit two hands in there,
right?
Like,
well, and the thing about it is, it doesn't. I mean, they last, but they don't last a long time. I mean, our welders go through gloves. Our welders go through stuff. When you're welding 8 hours a day, every day.
Yeah.
Right. You're burning through stuff. So it doesn't last. So it's a great market for somebody to get into because it's gonna, that's interesting. What a great idea.
Yeah.
So yeah, but give them off the grid. Those guys understand that game and how to do that, and they've done pretty well so far, I think, in building
Well,
that
and it's
company.
interesting, even the shops that I deal with here locally and have for a number of years, um, something as simple as going and trying to find some shielding gas. So I traded my bottle in for the welder I have here at the house a long time ago. I wasn't using it, so I took the bottle back to them. There's a shortage of cylinders, which is just like our friend at Power Tank, Steve. They're waiting on cylinders to come in, and literally to get a cylinder of shielding gas, they really didn't have anything available right now. So we're on a list, and I'll see if I can't find another bottle somewhere. But those
Wow.
kind of things, we don't really think about. We think about the hard goods, and we don't really talk about when we have to produce those things. So when small businesses, they had a bunch of welders, and hey, I need 4 bottles and 4 welders. I got 4 welders coming in to make stuff. Oh, well, we can't yet.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but according to DC, the supply chain issue is just because there's so much demand.
Right.
Yeah, demand is up because wages are up.
Yeah.
Well, and then materials are expensive, so we ended up going to Recla and to see if they had a bunch of scrap
I got
metal,
some scrap steel.
so I could practice some more. And we got quite a bit, and it was 30 cents a pound. It was pretty cheap. That just stuff to weld on, and then I walked into class and they called me Jessy Combs, so I was like, well,
wow,
that's pretty honorable. So
wow.
I said I'm nothing like her, but
wow. That's cool. That's cool. Well, we're proud of you. That's awesome. Get things started. Finally get that dream, that bucket list, and get that dream. And then next thing you know, it's going to be Corey's got to get a new shop on his property because he's going to have to all his welding work and and building your race car from the ground up.
Yes.
Just start sticking steel together.
Right. Just start sticking it together. This looks good. Lots of cardboard.
I guess, we could have done the whole smash and grab thing and just, taking what we need.
Just come to California. As long as it's not under $900, it's just a misdemeanor, and they won't go after you.
I just think that's so bizarre.
Dude, it is absolutely insane out here. And these are organized. I mean, they are literally like, what's happening is that a crew goes out and cases the joint, kind of like a standardized robbery. And then it's almost like a smash mob or a
flash mob. Yeah.
A flash mob. It's like a flash mob.
Flash mob of
totally organized. 50 cars pull up, block the street. They all run out of the cars and they go in there. Everybody has their role. Everybody has their assignment. Everybody has their target. Everybody has their tool. And they go in and they smash and they grab and they get all their stuff they can. They get back in their cars and they drive off. And it's like, I would expect to see that in a movie, not in real life.
Right.
And it's kind of crazy. And, they're trying to do something about it, but the reality is they can't. And this is all the result of the fact that, especially in LA County, the prosecutor down there really won't prosecute. He's I'm going to get political for a second. He was put in there. He's a George Soros flunky who is he's like anti-victim pro-criminal. He doesn't want to prosecute. Same thing in San Francisco. At least in San Francisco, they got a recall election going against that guy because he's done the same thing. He's letting people off. He doesn't prosecute. He doesn't go after crimes. So now you have half a dozen or half the Walgreens in the city have closed because they can't deal with the shoplifting.
Well, yeah, they're doing Targets and Home Depots and Nordstroms and
they're just getting bolder.
Criminals have rights too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have the right to shut up and rot in a. But on the flip side of that, right? Horned guy, Chewbacca man, whatever they want to call him, gets 41 months for walking into the Capitol and sitting in Pelosi's seat. Right?
Wow.
41 months. Another guy in DC who took an axe to a Republican senator's door at his office and smashed the door and the glass and all that stuff. He got a warning, got let go.
Well, it could have been self-defense. That door may have been attacking him.
You know what? There's something to be said about that. I've been attacked by doors before.
That's right. I mean, you walk into them sometimes. They
smash your nose.
They don't apologize. Sometimes they hit you from the backside.
I have rights.
Well, who invented glass in the first place, and why are there glass on doors? Hell, why are the glass on windows? I mean, I feel sorry for the birds running into windows.
Right.
We should like get rid of that.
Who's going to protect the
who
birds?
needs windows? That allows you to see outside. And we all need to be stuffed inside our little solitary confinement. Apparently, is the appropriate place to be, though.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
God,
crazy. It's a crazy time. It is a
crazy time, but it's an awesome time to wheel.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. So wait, it was Thanksgiving. Last week was Thanksgiving. How was it? Did you guys enjoy yourselves? We kind of touched base, but not really.
Yeah. My folks came down, my dad and my stepmom, and it was just four of us. We sat here and had dinner and chatted and got to catch up with them for a while. And it's our weather in Colorado right now is absolutely scary. It is some of the craziest weather I've lived here for 40 something years. And it's 60 degrees outside. We have no forecast of snow in the next 10 days.
Wow.
There's no snow.
There's no snow.
There's some on the tops of the mountains, very high up, but it's dry.
Yeah.
And our reservoirs are pretty empty.
Yeah.
Wow.
Deadly empty.
Water's going to be a real problem if we get a lot of catching up to do.
Years.
Well, and that's, you're going to end up being like California, because it's, we started out and actually was thinking, wow, this is going to be an interesting winter because it was getting wet. There was some early stuff. I mean, I'll tell you what, right now it's beautiful here. We haven't had a fall like this in a long time. There was this whole period of time where I felt like we were going from summer to winter with no fall. But the trees, there's colorful trees and everything around, and it's just like, oh, we're feeling like we're actually in a fall. It's hot in the sun, but it's still cool enough that the trees are doing their transition. So I'm kind of hoping there might be a real winter here, but you never know. It's kind of scary.
Yeah, we're in that same boat. I mean, so literally during Thanksgiving, my dad and I, we sat out on the patio in the sun. Usually it's there's a foot of snow on the ground, and we were literally sat outside and kind of
why slaved in the kitchen.
Yeah, slaver. Yeah. My slave here.
So I told you the story before, but I went out and visited years ago to a friend in Ohio. And we went to a Russian house. His friend was Russian. It was like first generation. And it was pretty awesome. To being a guy, it was pretty awesome there because it was very traditional household. And it was a big party. There was like 30 people. Said, hey, where'd you go? Oh, just like I walked in and the women shooed me into the back patio. Yeah. All the guys standing in the back patio around a fire, smoking cigars, drinking vodka, whatever, just BSing on the back patio. And by the way, this is Ohio where there's no fences, right? You just, you have all these houses and these big giant green areas between houses and stuff, and kids throwing footballs down the green area between the houses. And while all the women were inside cooking and working in the kitchen and doing all of that traditional, right? And you couldn't help if you wanted to. Like offer of help was like insulting. Get outside. You're outside. You stay outside. Then you come in and you sit down at the table. And everybody comes in, all the guys sit down, and everybody's sitting down, and all the women start sitting down. The food's served. There's big platters all over, family style, whatever. But the other thing is you have to really, really like vodka.
Oh.
Because it seemed like every other sentence was a shot of vodka. Like they would go, oh, raise the glass. And then everybody shoot a shot of glass and put it down, and then they fill it again. And you had shot glasses at every spot.
That's funny.
And it was just constantly like, da-da-da. Oh, somebody would raise a glass and say to you, well, you better shoot or else you're going to be insulting somebody.
Oh, wow.
It was crazy. But yeah, just walking into the house. I remember walking in the house. It was a beeline towards the back patio. I wasn't allowed to just do anything else or mingle or say hi. Just all the guys in the back patio. Women do all the cooking.
Interesting.
Now, in my household, for all the women out there, I enjoy cooking. I do cook, which, by the way, I did end up doing a turkey, even though I said I wasn't going to.
Yay.
Oh, well, see?
Yeah. It wasn't so bad.
Yeah.
We're frozen, I think.
Uh-oh. Can you see me? I can see you guys.
I see.
Oh, are we moving in your picture?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Good.
Well, we're just...
I haven't lost you. I haven't lost
you.
Oh, good.
Good.
But no, I end up doing just a small 13-pound turkey. Got it cooked in a couple hours and
nice.
Had 3 days of turkey sandwiches.
Yeah, we've been doing that. We took the next day pretty much off, but then we've got Yeah, we've got a lot of leftovers still.
We just have turkey.
Yeah.
It's all right.
So, okay, turkey sandwiches. Let's talk turkey sandwiches real quick.
Yes.
How do you like your turkey sandwich?
With cranberry?
No.
No. You don't like your turkey sandwich at all?
So turkey sandwiches, I'm talking about white meat and Miracle Whip and maybe a little bit of salt. Done.
Those are pretty
Boom,
good.
fist bump, baby.
Yes.
Right there. See? I'm straight mayo, but yeah, that to me is like the ultimate sandwich. White meat, some soft bread, and mayo, right?
Yep.
And occasionally, like I let my wife do it. She wants to put the cheddar on and all the and the cranberry sauce and all that. And it just, I don't know. It's just not the same.
Yeah.
It's a great sandwich. It's not the same.
So a piece of cheese is okay.
You put my gravy on it.
Some gravy might be okay.
Handmade bomb gravy this time.
Yeah.
Now, what I really thought about doing was a wrap with turkey, stuffing, potatoes, cranberry, and gravy, all in one wrap.
Oh, and then that'd be a good idea.
That would be
That's
good.
yummy.
Just a turkey burrito, like a Thanksgiving burrito.
A turquito.
Taquitos.
You and your combined words lately.
Yeah, from my shacket to
Yeah, shacket.
My shants.
So all right, so you guys had a great Thanksgiving.
Now.
What's that? Yes.
He's got a new article of clothing.
Oh, do tell. Please share.
Yeah, so last time we were on the podcast, we mentioned some stuff about slippers, and I got a anonymous package in the mail, and let me just go ahead and show these to you.
Oh, wow. Bunny slippers. Yeah, I was kind of thinking, like I was expecting like something Jeep related, but pink and white bunny slippers. For all of our listeners out there, you need to go to the YouTube channel just to see these things. I mean, they're super cute. They are so cute.
He's been wearing them every morning.
Have you?
I shuffle through the house with them on. I go out to the kitchen.
They keep do they keep your toes nice and fuzzy warm?
Well, just your toes, because there's no back except for the tail, of course. But yeah, you have to shuffle. You have to kind of.
Well, that's really kind of a girl thing, because the girl's toes are in, but then she has the nice sexy heel out. Oh, right? God. See? So I think you got a pair of girl slippers, buddy.
Well, I have a feeling that they came from Florida. Just a thought.
There was no return address?
No. Well, Amazon fulfillment.
Oh, and that. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Somebody went on Amazon. Yeah, you're probably right about the.
So I've got some new adventure shoes. I think I'm gonna build some straps that go around the heels.
Little straps. You're gonna do some leather. You're gonna do like leather.
I might even
Crocs.
cut a little slit there so I can feed them. Oh my God.
You should slip it open so when you walk, it actually, the mouth opens, like it opens up.
Yes.
Hey, they have those slippers too.
That'd be good.
They do.
They have
pink and yellow bunnies. But are they soft?
Oh, they're so soft.
Yeah.
Here, I'm just gonna do this for the rest of the podcast. Yes, they're so soft.
Oy vey. Speaking of which, we do have to pick a winner today.
Yes.
Yes, we do. For last episode, we asked people to share
and comment
what they're thankful for, and in the comments.
Or you can show you his other news, though. You have other news.
What else do you have?
He's going to be an uncle.
Oh,
yeah. What?
Yeah.
Wow.
My oldest younger brother.
To a human child?
Yes.
A human child.
A human child.
To a human child. Not to a puppy or to a doggy or anything else, but to a human child. That's great.
My oldest younger brother, he and his wife are expecting. Due date is next June. So that was, he actually works for Kroger, for City Market up in Grand Junction. And they actually, we went to my dad's house Sunday. whatever day
Today's Tuesday.
Tuesday. Okay. So we went up there Sunday and had dinner with them, and yeah, they let us know at dinner on Sunday night. So
wow,
yeah, kind of fun.
well, congratulations, man.
Yeah, thanks.
You kind of already are an uncle. Like you're an uncle to 3 others, but you know you never see them anymore. You don't see the family. It's fine.
I don't see anybody. I don't see anybody.
Where's Uncle Corey at?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, well, you know, you have had practice. Now you know how they should be raised, not how I raised them.
Well, we used to have, Christmas was kind of the thing. We'd go see Christmas lights around Sacramento, and I don't know. COVID kind of happened, and then everything kind of fell apart.
Christmas party on the 16th.
On the 16th.
Maybe we can figure out a way to get you out here.
That's
what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing next month anyway? Anything in December?
No, not really. I mean, with Jessy's school, and then we have a couple of places we'd like to do some scouting out in this area. But yeah, we don't really have a plan. So we have to chat about that some.
Yeah. Okay. Choose a number between 1 and 19.
Between 1 and 19.
Somebody that said my name.
No,
you can't do that.
Well, it's like half the people here.
Totally random. Totally random.
7.
7. Okay.
Lucky number 7.
Well, that is interesting.
Yep.
How does that happen?
It skips around. It's kind of weird.
No.
Looking on YouTube.
It's like it is somebody who posted, who has a YouTube account. But there's no name. Like he hasn't put a name on his YouTube account.
Oh,
that's number 7.
Interesting.
But it's like, but there's a picture. It's a legitimate account. And he said, "I am extremely thankful for the gifts I've received from God. Those include my families, my wife, my daughters, my stepsons, my brother, my Jeep family, locally and nationwide. I have sons and daughters by choice, not relation, but still family as much as they were blood." So I love that. And I think that's awesome. And I think he should win. But he has to reach out to us because I have no real way to reach out to them because there's no name associated with his account. There's a picture. It's not like one of these ones that has just a single initial for it, but there's a picture. Just for some reason, there's like he never assigned a name to it. It's like there's a space there where there should be a name.
Interesting.
Weird. So that is our winner. If you know who you are,
maybe it's a private account or something like that.
Yeah, maybe. But they made a post, which is kind of weird. But yeah, so whoever you are, congratulations. You've won. What did I say? We're going to do like a $300 gift certificate.
A $300 gift certificate.
Fantastic. Well, that makes 43. That makes 43 gift certificates I've given out since Saturday before Thanksgiving.
Well, and since we're recording this on Giving Day, or
is that what this Thursday is? Giving Day?
No, I think today is.
Is
it? Oh, recording this today is
Taco
Tuesday.
Tuesday. I'm confused. There's always a day for everything.
There's a day for everything.
Today is giving. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Giving Day. So that as opposed to, because yes, Cyber Monday, but have you noticed how many Cyber Week emails you've gotten from vendors out there?
You mean before Thanksgiving?
It was like, well, there was all the emails leading up to like Black Friday week and all that, but now then you had Cyber Monday, and then it's all Cyber Week. And then there's ones like Rugged Radios. Oh, we extended it to Cyber Tuesday, and it's like there's a bunch of our friends out there in these companies that are like doing Cyber Week, right? Now I had, we did Saturday until Thursday as our Thanksgiving celebration. We did Black Friday, and then we did Small Business Saturday and Sofa Sunday and Cyber Monday, and it was great.
Today's Giving Tuesday.
And Giving Tuesday, and we're not doing anything.
Well, we've already given. I mean, it's kind of been the week of giving, right?
It has been a week. Yes, I gave at the office. Thanks.
See? Yeah, it is. It's our drive towards increasing sales. All these companies. I mean, heavens, it starts after it starts before Halloween. About you need to do your shopping now. Get out there and shop. It's interesting. I don't know how I feel about it. I understand if we were to all stop buying, the world would stop. Our businesses would crater. Like, you can't do that. Yet sometimes I feel like, I mean, what are we going to do for the next 3 weeks? Or, I mean, all these, they're going to still, I'm still going to get 400 emails a day of them telling me I missed out, but I can still, if I act now,
get it in time for Christmas.
Right.
But don't you get the emails once you go in the email, click on the link, and then you back out of it? Don't you get an email saying, well, you were looking at this?
Oh, yeah.
Don't leave now. Don't leave now.
We used to have that on our website. We had a whole system that was a very complex and not a really cheap system. And I didn't actually use all the features of it, which is why I stopped using it. But you could get pretty deep into analyzing people's moves and motives and how they acted on your website. And there was a point in time where people were like, yeah, you go to MetalCloak, you're probably going to get a dozen emails afterwards. And it's like things like, hey, you might have missed this product. You might have been more interested in this product. And hey, glad you visited our site. And so it was like, we don't need that. Right. So what I'm trying to figure out is how to do that where I just blow up people's text messaging instead.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Because, that is just, it's just from me. Hey guys, how you doing? Just checking in today.
At 3 a.m.
Just checking in. How are you? Wanted to see.
Click here.
Yeah.
Click here to purchase that thing you want for your Jeep.
Yeah. What are you watching on TV right now?
Right.
Yeah. How are you doing?
Yeah.
Are you eating dinner?
Actually, no, it'd be better to be like, so I see you're watching Squid Games on TV right now.
Right.
At MetalCloak.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Oh man, but that's true though. They know what you're watching and when you're watching it. My marketing for Cyber Monday was kind of funny that way. We wrote it all based on like, we've been watching you. We know what you want.
We know.
We thought you were okay with 9 days of sales. We were wrong.
We were wrong.
You wanted more. We've listened. It was fun. And then all the marketing was, there is no free will. Cyber Monday has you. Yeah. Relent.
You will buy.
Give in to the last sale of the year. It worked.
Well, I mean, a shout out to the small businesses all around the country that are keeping people employed and keeping that ball rolling forward, because without them doing what they do, without companies like MetalCloak, all of our sponsors, but whatever they're doing to keep that movement going forward, because otherwise we get afraid, we all sit at home and we freak out, and that's not what our country is about. So stop it if you're doing that.
Yeah, don't freak out.
Don't freak out.
It's not worth freaking out.
No.
It's worth jeeping, but not.
That's right. Hey, I just saw an article. A shout out to our friends at Motortrend. They did a pretty cool little article. It's very short, and it's who out flexes who, the Jeep Wrangler or the Bronco.
Oh wow!
Oh god!
Yeah, and they used an RTI ramp, and they were very specific, very technical in how they measured it. They did have a Bronco that had a removable sway bar, but they did it both ways. So same thing, they had a 4xe and also a 392 Wrangler. So they did them connected on the RTI ramp, and then sway bars disconnected both ways. And I mean, I'll give it away just because I brought it up, and four-wheeler or Motortrend did it.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert. So the Jeep is still king of the hill. Bronco kind of like got a thanks for playing.
A participation prize.
A participation award. Yes. So the 4xe, which we see this on the CTI trailer, the MetalCloak CTI trailer. When these models first came out, we've thrown them on the trailer. We kind of knew where this was going to stand already. But the 2022 4xe with the sway bar engaged on an RTI ramp, so the whole one wheel in the air thing, was a 532. The 392 scored the exact same, a 532. But then the Bronco, also sway bar connected, was a 498. So kind of in that realm, 34 points between the Wrangler and the Bronco. But then disconnected, the 4xe with disconnected was 701, the 392 was 684, and the Bronco was 627. So better than 60 points lower.
Wow.
What I thought was interesting is, over the years, we've had all kinds of conversations about, does flex matter? And no, it doesn't matter. And that doesn't make a difference. And nobody cares. And I mean, shout out and kudos to the guys at Motortrend for saying, gosh, actually keeping 4 tires on the ground actually makes a difference.
Right? Whoa.
Like, who would have thought?
Well, I wish they would have just called us because, we could have get them real flex test.
Right.
Because the Bronco we have, the one we brought in for R&D, which was a base model. It didn't have a disconnectable sway bar. Was that like a Badlands edition with 35s, or what size tires?
It was 35s. It was the, what they call it? It was the
Sasquatch.
No, it was the first edition package.
Oh, the first edition. So that's the first edition one. Probably has a Sasquatch package on it because it
says 35-inch tires and the disco sway bar.
Okay, so that it's kind of the basic thing. But when we did it was like 360 on the CTI. Now, for reference points for all of our listeners, the most basic JL when it first came out did what, 6 something?
Yeah, it was like low 600s or something.
Yeah. So the Bronco, now disconnect sway bar, we've done that. We kind of tested it. It didn't really improve it much. So it's kind of interesting that it got such a bad number. It's kind of hard to get a little flex out of that thing, which is why, it's interesting. We've been playing with it. We have ours coming soon, I believe, our Badlands edition Sasquatch in red.
Well, and again, I tell people on this, when they get on the CTI Trader all the time, especially the folks with independent front or rear suspensions, that that's a pretty hard thing to test, just because of the way those suspensions work.
Right.
The weight of the vehicle sometimes won't allow you to get a lot of travel before you pick a tire up off the ground. So
right.
But yeah, it was just it's kind of fun that
that's cool.
Yeah.
Did they change? Did the article say anything about tire pressure, or they just leave it all at standard street pressure?
All set
at street pressure?
Factory specs.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Yeah. Kudos to them for doing that and actually doing the whole flex idea, because the reality is that flex does matter. Size does matter. Girth does matter. That it actually does make a difference out there, because what are you doing? I mean, you're going out there wheeling. Now, the interesting thing about the Bronco, right, is and you saw this, well, and I guess Jeep does this too, because Jeep did it a lot with the Compass or these other ones that they were coming out with, right? Or like the Renegade, where they're going over these rock piles, but pretty much half the time they're carrying a tire.
Right.
It's just Absolutely. That they have the lockers or whatever system in place to move it through the 4x-wheel drive, but they're carrying a tire. But there's nothing really safe about that, or really kind of enjoyable, versus the idea that you have all 4 tires on the ground, touching at all times when you're flexing through, and you're getting the grip and control that you need, so you can come out the other side and go, wow, that was a fun experience, not a, whoa, I'm a little tipsy.
Yeah, tipsy. And the bad part about those things is, you can take a vehicle that picks up a tire through things at a slow rate of speed, but if there's any kind of speed involved, or it's very high, all of a sudden when that thing comes down, something's going to get damaged. Something's going to give. Something wants to break, and nobody wants that. So
no. Well, somebody does, apparently.
Somebody does.
Some people like breaking.
Yeah. People who sell parts like that.
Right. Mopar? Yeah. Oh, wait. No, you wouldn't do that, would you?
No.
Make things you have to sell to break? That's what Microsoft always did.
That's crazy.
Mopar wouldn't be that shady.
Shout out to my friends down at Willie's Custom here in Montrose. I left the LJ with them I actually dropped it off before we went to SEMA, and those guys always have taken care of me over the years. And I had a leaking ARB in the front and just didn't have time to tear it apart myself. Dropped it off to Jimmy and Will down there, and ARB had sent me the replacement seals, but kind of cool to come home and it's all fixed. So no more continuously running ARB compressor under the hood.
Yeah. So was it seals in the compressor itself?
No, it was in the actual ARB.
In the actual,
in the actual differential.
Yeah. No, I had that on my YJ, and it's like, it's sad because first off, you don't want to be the guy who like turns on the compressor like right before the obstacle.
Right.
Everybody hears that, but you got to do that because when you have a leak going, it's going all the time. So it's better to just turn it off.
Yep.
But then you get to the article and everybody's like about to watch you do it, and all of a sudden your lockers go on like, yeah, he's that guy.
Well, it's so easy to tell if that's the real problem, because what will happen is you'll have air coming out the vent hose on the axle. So if you start to smell gear oil and your compressor's on and it's running every now and then that's probably what's going on, is those seals. And I think ARB may have had a few, there was a period of time I've heard where some of their seals were having some issues, but they were good about sending me a new set of seals. And it's just, you know, you got to take the entire differential out to replace it, and you got to split the locker itself apart. It's about a 5 hour
I bet
progress.
You were so disappointed that you didn't have time to do it yourself.
Yeah, I was just hating it.
I mean, it's just like
terrible.
You've probably to this day feel bad that you didn't.
Very much so.
Yeah, I know. I know. It's okay, Corey. You can get over it. It's okay. Yeah. It's something to be said for having a professional take care of things for you. Right?
Absolutely.
Dropping it off,
I mean,
picking it up.
I had a wheel bearing that was in a race that was chewed up, and they replaced that. And, again, finding a competent shop that'll do those things and not, oh, well, we can't, you're missing a lug nut, so you better not bring it here. That's another deal.
That is another. That's a joke for a different podcast.
Yes.
So it's well, I don't know. It's interesting, but it's one of the great things about having Cloakworks here is you have professionals that really take the time to do the job, right? And it means all of our rigs are taken care of, and I don't have to do anything. I mean, that's the really joy of it. I don't have to get under. It's been a while since I've been under a rig wrenching myself. Yeah. Sorry to say, guys. I mean, I choose my time. I choose what I'm going to do with my time.
And there's it's funny, even when I have that kind of stuff done, we come back from being gone and there's a lot of maintenance that takes place. And we've talked about this over all the years. I mean, between the CTI trailer and making sure, hydraulic fluids in it and making sure things are clean and everything's taken care of. I spent yesterday taking apart 2 of my little Honda generators. We have the Parade of Lights Christmas parade here this weekend in Montrose. Well, so we've been invited to take the rigs down there, and I think what I'm going to do is actually take the MetalCloak truck and the CTI trailer, and I'm going to flex out the LJ on it and then decorate it with lights.
That's cool. That's so cool.
Yeah, it'll be fun, but we've had to make sure that I have a little generator that I could. I haven't started them for probably 4 years, but that's what will power the lights. So I took the carburetors apart and cleaned out the sediment and all that kind of stuff. All that stuff takes time, and it's everything from mounting and balancing tires and keeping things rotated and oil changes fixed. And yeah, it's I wish it was like it appears, where we come home and we just hang out and wait for the next adventure.
Well, that's all we think we do. You guys do around here.
Yeah,
I know.
We get lazy for 3 weeks doing nothing.
Yeah, totally.
Right. Like, why the hell are we paying these guys to sit around doing nothing?
That's right.
But you need to get yourself like one of those blow up Santas and put them in the driver's seat.
Oh I can do that.
Have a Santa
Claus.
Claus.
Get the cactus one and put it on the front of the trailer.
Oh yeah, we saw
like
a decorated blow up cactus.
It's got Christmas lights on it.
Only a guy in Colorado would be excited about a decorated.
No, you should hang
cactus.
Santa Claus off of. He's hanging like flying off the back of the ramp.
We could just set him up on one of the lifts or something.
Yeah, or just put a big giant red nose on the front of the
Dodge.
The
Ram. Yeah.
Of the Ram. So one year we did out at Disco Bay, Discovery Bay. Kurt Schneider, who's been a writer for ModernJeeper, he lives out in Discovery Bay, and I think they do these things all the time, but we got invited one year to go out there and join the Christmas parade. Bunch of off-road rigs, everything from buggies to us. were out there, and all, you get all decorated up, and it was a cool thing to show people off and show these different types of buggies and off-road rigs. But there was another group. There was a Corvette club that came out, and the Corvette club had all their Corvettes like lined up. There was one in the front with a big red nose, and all the drivers for that front one and the next 8 were all dressed in reindeer. Mm-hmm. And then at the back there was a single one where the guy was dressed as Santa Claus. So they lined their Corvettes up all as reindeer. The 8 tiny reindeer plus Rudolph and the Santa Claus. It was so cool, right?
That's awesome.
And just went through the parade. Well, yeah, it was great.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I like when people get creative like that.
Yeah. Well, we were thinking about just I was going to take the Gladiator and we were going to decorate Jesse's Jeep up and stuff. And then I thought, you know what? We have this really cool trailer that it would be really neat to have it downtown and have something on there and twist it up. And
kids will love it.
Kids will love it.
That's a guy buy some candy too.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Yeah.
Okay, so I was going to send you this email. I started writing the email and I thought, I don't know how to write this in a way that doesn't seem like dumb or insulting or something. And now I can't find exactly what it was, but so I'll have to find the article on it too. Actually, that's what I'll do. I'll find the article on a Modern Jeeper and I'll share it with you real quick. But I was looking at your wrap and you did it. And then this article popped up, or this there it is. It's the Is Your Jeep Protected article. There's some color similarities to that burned out Cherokee. To your wrap. Yeah. I'm looking at that. There's the goldish color. There's the blues, the grays.
Nice.
That's kind of fun.
Just wrap your stuff and make it look like it's burnt.
Yeah, it is kind of funny. It's kind of funny, but no, your wrap looks awesome. I just got the calendar back today. So yay! I got the big prints. So I'm actually,
cool.
It's not the calendar itself. It's just the big giant prints that show it all. So I'm going through every image and every picture, making sure that it's all good, and going to have a few Photoshop changes done to it and a little manipulation where maybe I missed something or I did something wrong. So then I have to go Becker's team and have them fix it for me.
So will that be on sale then, you think, before Christmas?
Well, I think, yes, it'll definitely, now that we have it and it's good and actually going forward, we'll probably get it live this week. Cool. So it'll go on sale. It just will probably ship. I expect to have it back probably by the end of next week. We'll probably have printed copies. So we'll start shipping.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Yeah, so it'll be good. Get it in time for that. So yeah, it should be good. I think I'll be up, and we're probably going to Oregon next week. I think we might, who knows. But you know what we're doing tonight? Our Bayside Church out there, out here in Roseville, it did some sort of light show. And I haven't really seen the whole thing on it, but John sent us a picture, or sent a little video. And like, it's a really incredible light show. Like, you're actually going through an area. And there's one section you went through and it's all Star Wars related. So you start going in and you hear the Star Wars music and lights going by. And it's a pretty incredible production. You have to get an appointment. It's all free, but you set an appointment to make sure that you're not too many people are crowded in there to go in. So we're taking the kids tonight to it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And then
that'll be fun.
Yeah, it should be fun. Big old light show and stuff. Do you guys I mean, you've come out here and we've done the walk through Dove Court and some of the areas, but like down in area Montrose and stuff, are there any areas that people would do a lot of lights? And
a little bit. It's a much smaller scale, of course. Grand Junction usually has a pretty good couple of huge subdivisions that do a lot of lights and things like that. But yeah, it's and
most of the time you have snow on the ground, right?
Right. Yeah. I hope by then. I mean, it's interesting that I guess we're not even into December yet, but we're just so used to it being so much colder and having snow on the ground. And, maybe
a lot of snow.
We still got 16 days until Christmas, or until winter actually begins, something like that.
Wow.
So, maybe we're just going to go back into our regular seasons.
You would think, but if you're already in this position where you expect to have snow, I mean, has there been another year? So you were saying this earlier, you can't remember another year where you didn't have snow right now.
No, in fact, when I was in high school living up in Craig, we used to go to Steamboat Springs for rope drop, was what the opening day of at Steamboat ski area. When I first learned to ski, that was on Christmas or on Thanksgiving Day.
Wow.
And There's nothing.
Nothing.
No.
Wow.
Nothing.
Yeah. There's a line at the car wash, and it's sunny and people aren't wearing coats, and it's crazy.
That is crazy. Wow. Well, I don't know. I don't know what you do, but it means you get some more wheeling in.
That's right.
And you don't have to bypass around the passes to get in and out.
Right. Yeah. Jessy was mentioning today, she's like, usually we go
Moab.
to Moab right around this time. And I'm like, we do? And yeah.
For the past 3 years, we went to Moab right after Thanksgiving.
Yeah. For either somebody comes to town or we're over there doing something. But
of course, I'm like, well, I wonder why we're not. Well, I got school.
Because this one, she's in school.
I kept everybody home.
She's in school.
Yeah. Nice. Well,
I'm actually already planning for Death Valley, the spring trip.
Right.
Hopefully it doesn't.
What are the dates for that?
All of it then.
March, I don't know, 7 to 10, something like that. Let's see here. I've got March. March 6 through. I think we're gonna go 6 through 9 and 11 through 14.
Right. Okay. Yeah, we're going Saturday through Tuesday.
Sunday through Wednesday, and then Friday through Monday.
Okay.
Something like that. Yeah.
Something like that.
So yeah, Dell and I have been touching base a little bit and chatting about stuff with Jessy, and kind of, I think we're going to mix it up again. And I told the folks on our last trip that, one thing that's cool about our adventures is they're never the same.
Never the same.
So yeah, we have some new places we want to take folks, and some new things and new trails, and it'll be
sometimes
awesome.
Matson injures himself, sometimes he doesn't.
Sometimes Matson is usually he's.
Sometimes I'm there, sometimes I'm not. Most times I'm not. Sorry, guys.
Most times you're not.
I miss it.
Have to change that.
This is no longer the ModernJeeper adventure. This is the Corey and Jessy adventure.
Well,
I mean, these are planned by you guys, created by you guys, developed by you guys. I mean, what was the last time, other than Tillamook this year?
Tillamook
was the only one really, because you guys handled all of it. This was a Jessy and Corey show.
Well, it's the ModernJeeper thing.
I mean, and based on the emails I get back, it's the outstanding Jessy and Corey show.
This is the way.
Yeah.
This is the way. Well, you get these emails I can't tell you all the emails I get saying how outstanding you guys are, because your heads are just exploding. Look at us. Oh, those are the greatest. I'm starting to suspect that one of the things you do at your closing event when you're handing out gift certificates and stuff is saying, make sure you please send Matson an email, matson@metalcloak.com. Right. It's on the paperwork to tell them how outstanding of a trip you had.
That's right.
And then I get these well-written.
And here's a 20.
I really think you guys are writing these damn things and sending it to them and
saying this is what we want you to say.
That's right. It's like sending letters to Washington, D.C. It's like, just put your name in here and click send.
Right. Well, it's very much appreciated, and we really enjoy them. So I think I'm going to probably steal some of the kind words from our friends that have gone with us over the years, and I'm still working on putting the website, updating that, and maybe we'll throw some of the excerpt testimonials in there from some of our participants. And
great. So the website, so every page is going to be Corey and Jessy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that at all, actually. We do appreciate you guys, and we know how much hard work you put into these events.
Well, and again, they're fun, and we have good people out there in the country that have been able to join us and make these even better experiences, and it's an evolving thing. It's just like the CTI events that we used to do, and every time we go somewhere, it's a little bit different. We try to make sure we're providing value to our customers and making sure that they're not. We heard for many years, like, we get there and there's 100 people in line to get on the trailer and we can't wait that long. And so we tried to speed things up at some events, slow things down at other events. And it's kind of it's just been kind of the process.
It's a constant evolution, right? Taking care of people and people taking care of us, except for those guys with super wide axles that go, my Jeep's wide. You can get me on. Nope. Sorry. Don't fit. You
sorry,
flex.
Man.
Here's your gold star. Gold star. You win.
You win. You're a winner.
Winner, chicken dinner. Yeah, we had lots of winner chicken dinners. Like I said, I gave away 42 and now 43 gift certificates. from
I'm gonna miss
Saturday.
out on watching you every morning now. I don't know what we're
No,
gonna
that
do.
was kind of fun.
Dude, that was hard. It was
That's
hard to
stuff to
like
look
know that I
forward
had to
to.
get like the one morning. It was like, what was it, Saturday or Sunday morning? I was like late, 15 minutes.
Late.
I woke up and I was like,
Late.
oh my God. I'm supposed to be out there, and I'm throwing some clothes on and trying to figure out and get my head together and get out there. But it was like, that was hard to do every day, especially when I couldn't sleep in over the weekend, or I couldn't sleep in on Cyber Friday. And guys, I mean, to understand these sales, and Corey, you guys know, because you were seeing the emails go out, but it's 2 to 3 hours, every night of prepping for the next day. And people are like, well, why can't you get all set and prepared to go and go? Well, I'm keeping my finger on the pulse every day. I mean, the whole thing is listening to our customers. And if there's a change I have to make for the next day, I make a change. What I did for Saturday and Sunday of this year, Small Business Saturday and Sofa Sunday, was suddenly decided, you know what? I'm going to throw out there that that first responders definitely get to use the military discount during that weekend. And this is something we've occasionally done, but I wanted to make sure it was known. Like, it wasn't a question. It was known. Here, police, fire, EMT can use that, right? But that's something that happened on the fly. It wasn't pre-planned. It wasn't developed. It wasn't part of our planning meeting for the sale, right? It was just something like, oh shoot, I can do this. Let's do it.
Well, you know what? It's funny because like you going through and doing that, and like you just said, it's things that are known or we think people should know, but unless it's mentioned or we bring it up or we talk about it, and sometimes I think that I'm losing my mind a little bit. Like, didn't I already say that? And then, but you know what? It's easy to forget things, and we think that of course people know that where we're going to be. Like, why wouldn't they know where we're going to be? And then, I didn't tell them. They figured they could go find out. And it's stuff like that.
Well, and it's a good point, because I remember the early days of CTI, man. We put a map up there. We were using the road tracker. It's like, hey, here's our next stop. Here's our next stop, where we're at. Here's our next planning. That's where we're going to be, right? It was very big. And now it's kind of like, we already know there's going to be a bunch of people there. So, if you know. If you don't know, you don't know, right? Like,
if we advertise it, then, we're overwhelmed and we can't handle it. And it's
right. Like, we don't want to, it's like, oh, we're going to advertise this now. And sorry, suckers, because you showed up, but there's already people here who already know.
That's right.
So, but hey, with ModernJeeper and ModernJeeper Adventures and the whole thing, I mean, we've got a lot going on heading into now. Well, everybody's listening to this is listening to it on Thursday, which is December 2nd. So we're already in December. The big month ahead, right? And I don't know. I mean, like, it seems suddenly like there should be something else happening, something I'm doing right now, and I don't know what it is, other than trying to get through every day.
You could find me my hella yellow Rubicon.
Ooh.
I can't find one.
Can't find a hella yellow Rubicon. Of course, they don't make the color now, so the new ones
I can't even order one.
Are no bueno. But she's thinking that the truck's going to go away, and she wants a 4-door again.
Wow, that'd be cool. That'd be really cool. But
to find one is like,
well, you're just going to have to get something you can get, and then wrap it.
That's what I told her. So buy a white one and then wrap it yellow.
Yeah. Exactly what you want. Full wrap, yellow with purple tints. Actually, you should get you can get one of those custom metallic custom colors. So certain angle it's purple, the other angle it's yellow.
Iridescent
yellow. That would be cool. You're shaking your head, Corey. You don't think that's a good idea? All right, listeners out there, if you know how to get a hella yellow
Rubicon. It has
Rubicon
to be
edition.
Rubicon. And not
Real
a manual.
Rubicon, not just a sticker.
I know
Rubicon.
how to drive a manual, but unless I'm racing, I really don't want a manual.
Yeah, well,
She found a manual in Texas.
Yeah, I'm like,
I found a manual on my shelf, but
a manual. No, it isn't.
The entertainment of the father jokes are awesome.
E-manual?
No, E-manual is not on the shelf. Elf is on the shelf.
Okay, Jeep, you need to make a yellow Jeep.
Yellow.
Not the hyper green.
Jeep, you understand this is Jessy?
Yeah.
Asking?
Yeah.
Come on. You need to do a special edition.
Get me one off the showroom floor. I don't know.
Yeah.
But she found a 2020 with 5,000 miles on it.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
But what
it
color
was a
was
manual.
it?
But it was manual.
I'm like,
It was manual.
Yeah.
Well, see, the thing is that kind of works because all you're going to do down the road anyway is drop in an LS and an automatic.
Those were outlawed. Those were illegal in 48 states. Or it will be. I mean,
it will be.
It will be. Technically, it is, right? Yeah. Sorry.
I've seen too many people have the problems, and I really don't want to.
Then we got to go a Hemi and an automatic.
No, I can do it with the Hemi.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'll just get a 392.
There you go. And
but I don't want $74,000 in a Jeep unless it's built.
Well, Hemi with a game changer suspension. Boom, that's all you need.
And racks. That's my plan.
And racks.
I'm gonna live out of it.
You're gonna live at it. Did you know about this, Corey?
No, this is all new to me. I'm like, oh, I see where we're going here.
Wow, 302. Yeah, I'm not sure that's the most efficient vehicle. You might think about a 4xe for living out of.
I thought about if they made yellow ones, it'd be on.
Yeah, well,
go
ahead.
Go ahead. Oh,
no,
so 4xe Gladiator, they're saying 2024.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I saw that it's delayed to 2024. Huh?
I knew it was coming.
I don't know. I mean, there's not a lot of room in the back seat area on the Gladiator as it is.
No.
And that's where they put the battery pack. So where are they going to put the battery pack on the Gladiator? Maybe that's part of the figure out. Like they got to make by 2024, we're going to have smaller batteries.
I was going to say the batteries are probably, and they also said that by 2024, that is after the next JL mid refresh.
Oh,
so they will be changing the JL.
Dude, you got the 392. So the 392 right now is different than the 392. Like there are physical changes on it to like the shock towers is different than the 392 that our buddy John Mock has and brought down. So the shock tower has to be changed. There's other things to be changed. The other thing is it turns out, and you guys probably know this, that the oil pans they used in the early 392s came off of like Grand Cherokees or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And so because they couldn't get the ones they wanted. So like our skid plates are designed around that original oil pan design. Well, now they're going out with production oil pans, which are different. So of course we have to make a new skid plate to handle that. You guys wonder why it's taken us a long time to do things like some Bronco products and things. It's because half the stuff our guys are working on are just trying to keep up with Jeep and their constant changes. Again, I think the guy over at Mopar who hates us aftermarket people anyway is just sitting there going, yeah, I approve that. Yeah, I approve that. Just to screw with everybody.
Well, pretty soon you're going to have to type in your VIN number to see whether or not that's the correct part that will fit or not.
That's a great idea for a website. Type in the VIN number. We have it all figured out, except you can't get that database.
Right.
We actually tried to figure out if there was a way in the VIN number to look and see specifically. I forget what it was when we were like, what are you dealing with on different engine types, right? And there was some data there, but there was data missing because we have so many different variations. Like what pucks are you going to use? We have our whole our coil system now. It doesn't have the pigtail on top, so it requires the isolators. So it's different configurations of isolators based on different engines because of how the Jeep leans or how it sits or where all the heights at which way to get. And that whole configuration is there. And usually when you do your drop down menu, it chooses which one. But trying to get to a point where somebody to understand, like for instance, helping a customer to understand if they have an e-torque or not.
Oh man.
Especially the 18, 19, 20s where the 1920 was like, is a 3.6 with an e-torque?
Right.
Or not with an e-torque?
Right.
Now, all of them now are supposed to have it, but there's a point it didn't. Well, and people were buying it without, and then realizing they had this thing that they needed, but they didn't know they needed because it was like, well, here's a VIN number check. I could not find anything in VIN numbers that said whether or not somebody has an e-torque.
We've had that on the trailer too.
Yep.
People are like, well, why is his have this and his doesn't have that?
And I'm looking at him going, why is that difference? And we actually had, I think it was Will. We had Will out and he was like, oh, let's have a conversation once this guy gets off the trailer. And so we had this little powwow about you're not going to know. And I don't think not only does the consumer not know, I mean,
People are going and buying a Jeep and they're like, oh, I got this thing called an e-torque. What?
Right. What's that?
Yeah. Now it's like standardized, right? But then, like, we have the 4xe kit that went live before the holidays, went live before Thanksgiving. So we have a 4xe specific kit. We have a 392 specific kit. And then of course we have all the other kits, all on the website, which is just fun and cool. But everything's a little different, little tweaks. And then of course, the 4xe's got a 4xe the Rubicon, you got the 4xe non-Rubicon, so Hera versions. And if you go to the website for Jeep, you actually have to go to the 4xe section. You can't just go and pick in a Jeep and go, oh, I want a 4xe. You got to go down to 4xe and select 4xe. And then it comes up with 3 models.
We noticed that the ones with the e-torque, they're calling on some of the websites where dealerships are selling those, they're calling those hybrids.
Yeah.
That's the hybrid Jeep.
Oh, I was like, I didn't know there was a hybrid. What?
Wow. Huh? Hybrid.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It's kind of like,
wait. That's good though. I wonder if it says hybrid, can you then get your Jeep with an e-torque and go down to down and get the sticker, the California
cool
sticker,
places, right?
The park and cool spaces, and to have like in California, I don't know what it is in other states, but in California you get the what do they call it? The commuter lane.
Oh, right. The carpool. Yeah.
The carpool lane. That's right.
Yeah.
The carpool lane. If you have an efficient vehicle, like you have electric or whatever, you can get, or a hybrid, you can get the carpool sticker that allows you to drive down the carpool lane. So wouldn't it be cool to have like a 3.6 e-torque, fully built, rack everything, 40-inch tires,
driving down the
carpool lane with your little hybrid e-torque?
Well, you know what they call those roads when they go underground?
Oh no.
What?
That's a carpool tunnel.
Oh, well, when we get to start talking about
Rolodex
carpool tunnels,
going out with the dad jokes.
I have a mission now. I have a mission now to see if I can get somebody to get the little carpool sticker from the state of California, because they have a quote unquote hybrid. Because all I have to do is point out and show it. I imagine that this is sold to me as a hybrid vehicle. I wonder if they have like a list of it. There's like $7,000. I don't know. You wonder how detailed they are. Do they have no, these are all the vehicles manufactured that have been submitted to us and qualify, or you just submit that you bought this vehicle and it's identified as hybrid?
Right. It says hybrid.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, technically, isn't the Gladiator a hybrid because it's a Jeep and a pickup? I mean,
let's be real here. Come on.
Yeah.
Well, so let's be real. Again, I pointed that the 4xe has its own section. That's between the Jeep 4xe and Wagoneer, right? The Wagoneer, which has no branding whatsoever, Jeep. There's nothing on it that says Jeep. It's full Wagoneer. It's its own brand. And the 4xe on the Jeep website is its own brand. And then there's the Jeeps, the Jeep Wranglers.
Yeah. Huh.
It's kind of interesting how they separated them out. So you go, oh, it's there above the Wagoneer.
Huh.
Yeah. So they're obviously pushing them, and we're getting, we're selling kits now, and people are out there, have been asking for a while. The next step is to try to figure out the ARS racks.
Right.
And
I like the 4xe. I think that the power numbers and all that kind of stuff are great on them. And
have you driven it yet?
Huh?
Have you driven it yet?
Nope.
Yeah, I haven't driven it. We've had one here a couple of times, but the guys in engineering say it's a blast to drive.
Yeah, I guess they're from what I hear, they're awesome. But yeah, I don't know.
Well, but if you like the wheel though, I don't know anybody who's wheeled one yet.
Yeah, we were with somebody out in New York that they had one out on the trails, but I don't know.
Trails.
I don't know how they did.
Yeah, I want to talk to somebody who's taking it through the Rubicon.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. For sure.
How do they charge it?
Well, guys, we've kind of been all over the place. I think we got our tech tip from Corey earlier that, you smell things coming out of your ARB locker. It's probably a bad thing.
There you go. Yeah.
Don't bother with don't rebuild it yourself. Take it to a professional.
Yeah, that's not a project you want to. It's a lot
super fun.
Yeah, in fact, I'll be building a video for the website that's got we did the rear one. It's been about a year ago, and I spent about 8 hours down there at the shop, and we documented the whole process of tearing an ARB apart and replacing those seals and putting it back together. And I just got to get it all put together. And
so when's that going to go live?
That'll go live pretty soon.
I would like to say though, if you guys haven't visited, if all of our listeners out there, if you haven't visited ModernJeeper.com lately, now that Corey and Jessy are sitting around doing nothing, there's tons of articles popping up. I mean, they're basically catching up for the year.
Yeah. Yeah,
and it's
like that's no doubt in my queue going,
and we've got a lot of stuff in the interim too. So
yeah, it's like they've got BRC alert, Colorado, public comments needed to protect popular trails. So tell me about that real quick before we round up.
So the deadline is actually passed, but to comment. But my point of putting that article up was definitely to reach out for folks that don't understand some of the challenges that we're faced in the West. And the Blue Ribbon Coalition is such a big part of our lives in the West and fighting for these trails. And they issue bulletins to let us know when things need to happen. That bulletin actually came out late on their part. When I got it, it was actually the day that they were ending comments. But these comments, when the Forest Service and the Bureau of Land Management put out these new plans, when they start to review their usage, and if they don't hear from people, that's when we start to lose and they start to take away trails. If they don't see activity on these trails, the ones that they're talking about in Colorado are actually Black Bear, Imogene, Ophir Pass, Poughkeepsie Gulch, very popular trails. But if we as off-road users and enthusiasts don't say anything, we never know what will happen. And so people got to get more involved and reach out to the people who are involved with land use. You can do that on your own. You can join these even statewide groups in your own state. Blue Ribbon, BRC, that's a great group. Even something like Cal 4-Wheel, Corva, Orva, the Utah Alliance of Public Lands. I mean, all of these things, that's how you find out. Without it, we wouldn't know what happens when they have these meetings that are taking place. And all of a sudden, oh, why is this trail closed? Oh, we gave you guys opportunity. Well, where were you? Well, I didn't know. Right. We got to be more involved.
Right. It's like the emails I'll get tomorrow about the sale that ended on Monday. Well, I didn't know. Well, you got to pay attention. You got to pay attention to get awards.
You guys are having a Christmas sale?
Huh?
Christmas, it keeps sneaking up on me every year.
Yeah. Try having it doesn't sneak up on me because I have 3 kids. Right. And Jack is like, oh, I want that. I want that. I want that. I want that. He's going to be the kid that's going to have like 5 pages of notes for Santa Claus. Right. And he's going to be so disappointed because he remembers everything. He's going to be so disappointed on Christmas Day when he gets nothing. Except maybe one thing that I really want to get him. But but not the things he wants to get. So far, I have nothing. It's funny because I have to say this little quick thing. Most of the time they're watching TV, they're not watching commercials because we're using Netflix or Disney or something like that, or one of the others, right? But there's been a few shows where they've suddenly been watching commercials. Yeah, I remember those days. I remember seeing the commercials. I remember writing down, like having a list, like, I want that. Yep. I want that. I want that. Oh, Daddy, can I have that? Oh, Daddy, can I have that? Yeah, Daddy, can I have that?
Remember the Sears catalog?
Oh,
man, I would sit with that thing and study it.
What about the green stamped ones? Remember those?
Oh, yeah.
So wait, did you Sears catalog? You went through, and of course, you have totally avoided the section with all the women wearing the lingerie.
Yeah, you went back to the electronics and the toy section. Like,
of course.
That's where you lived. Yeah.
Oh man, that thing was huge.
Yeah.
You could knock out your brothers and sisters. The catalog
came out. It was massive. Yeah.
So I had a real quick thing. Macy's sent out a catalog, which is kind of funny. It was a marketing, but on the cover, it was a Toys R Us catalog that they've partnered with Toys R Us brand. Right. Oh. There is no more Toys R Us stores, but they partnered with the Toys R Us brand to have toys out. So I had to take it over to my kids and open it up and have them look at it and just say, this used to be like, I started telling that story. Back in my day, Toys R Us. Like it was all these toys, but it was a cool thing for Macy's. Like they're like keeping the brand, working together with the brand for it. But it was just such a cool thing to see a Toys R Us catalog arrive.
Oh, for sure.
And I have to share to my kids that there once was a store.
They're going to go, what? There was a store?
There was you walked into. And it was all toys everywhere.
Gotta go say hi to Jeffrey.
That's right.
Yeah.
You get your Lego Jeep or now your Lego Bronco.
No, we just got Jeep.
Just Jeep.
Yeah.
Just Jeep all the time.
All Jeep all the time.
All Jeep all the time.
All Jeep.
All Jeep. And that, speaking of Modern Jeepers, it's all Jeep all the time. Or you listen to our podcast where it's half the Jeep all the time.
And 70-30 maybe.
Yeah, 70-30. It was a good one. We mentioned Jeep at least every 5 minutes.
That's right.
Yeah.
That was good. All right. Oh, it's been another great episode. Anything else you want to add, my friend, before we wrap it up?
No, sir. I think we're good.
All right. Thank you out there, Modern Jeepers, for bearing with us, for listening to us, for being our fans, and for sharing with us. Again, Mr. Unnamed, who is on it, you have won the $300 gift to you. Reach out to me, Matson at MetalCloak.com. And as far as slippers, I think we should all get some bunny slippers next time. We got to remember
You're going to regret saying that. I'm just saying.
I will wear them. I will wear them.
Bunnyslippers.com.
Wait, you still have the tag on it and you've been wearing them?
Yes.
What are you the guy that keeps his tag on his hat?
I'm like that. You just never know. And somebody goes, well, hey, where'd you get those? I can go, hey man, bunnyslippers.com.
Bunnyslippers.com. There's a place called bunnyslippers.com.
Apparently,
Wow.
You're probably going to get some now.
I will wear them, except I prefer not white and pink. Can I get a different color, please?
I'm trying to keep them clean, but you know what?
There's bunnies come in different colors, right? They're not all.
Oh, I know that.
I want a black bunny.
It's if I spray floor cleaner on the bottoms of them and walk through the kitchen.
You got to Velcro the mop.
No.
Stuff on the bottom.
Just
they'd sell slippers
just a Swifter.
with
Just a Swifter. Just put the Swifter on the bottom.
They do.
Yeah.
Clean your floor while you walk.
I like it. How about if I did that? I tried to do that with a baby when they're crawling. We've had.
You did that with your dog.
We've had a 4-month-old with us, but he's not crawling yet.
It was bad, but I was picturing the stick stuck in your baby and you using the baby.
They have those things for wait. All right. Well, hey, Modern Jeepers, thank you again for joining us in this another exciting episode. You know how to reach me, Matson at MetalCloak.com, Corey at MetalCloak.com, Jessy at MetalCloak.com. And of course, you can find us, and please check out ModernJeeper.com, all kinds of great articles up there. ModernJeeper Adventures.com is being updated with new dates and stuff for next year, as well as ModernJeeperForum.com, where you can see all kinds of great tech tips and all kinds of good stuff. Thank you all for being a part of it. We've had a lot of new listeners coming in, and that's really, really been exciting for us, and we appreciate it and hope you stick around. Share this, like it, and if you're watching this on YouTube, please smash that follow button and hit the little alarm so that when new things pop up, you'll see it. And with that being said, we hope you had a fantastic Thanksgiving and have a great week, and we'll see you next time.
Cheers.
See ya.